What's up, YouTube? It's Buckley from Team No Fat Chicks, and I want to go ahead and do a video for you profiling my plant synchro deck. And I want to get some opinions off you guys and see what you think. When I got back into the game 2 formats ago, I really wanted to run plant synchro just because I thought it was so cool. But I didn't really know how it worked or what I was doing. I was still kind of fresh to the game. And so by the time I really kind of got around to figuring out and grasping it, it was already completely wrecked by the FNL list. So now they kind of gave us Spore back and another Debris Dragon, so I really wanted to try my hand at it. So let's take a look at the deck, okay? Alrighty, so for monsters, got your Lone Fire Blossom, your Spore, and your Dandelion, as well as your 2 Debris Dragons for your main plant engine. And then we got something that I wasn't sure about when I first started running it, because the idea just kind of popped into my head. But then I've seen a lot of other notable people on YouTube, especially like Dub K Dad and a couple other people running this guy. And it kind of just gave me some confidence in my choice here. And triple Gravekeeper Spy and a single Gravekeeper guard. I haven't seen anybody else run the guard, but I like it. This I want to explain about. It actually almost works as it almost works like a 4-star tour guide, as well as serves the purpose of the Tengus from the plant synchro decks of old, because you can also, because these guys are used mainly as like synchro fodder, you know, they're levels for you to build into your bigger synchros off of, as well as just like total defense and like rank 4s. It's just like, it's like set, and either your opponent's going to try to swing over it and get stopped by that 2000 defense with their T-Kings or whatever, and then you'll summon another spy from the deck, or you'll just wait and flip it your turn, summon a spy, drop Spore, go into Librarian, then use Spore's effect to bring it back, and then go into like Starlight or Stardust or whatever. And then I'll almost always go for Guard immediately just to get him out of the deck. But the reason why I also ran Guard was so that I'd have a 4th target, as well as not a terrible top deck if I top deck him, you know? Let's see. Next up, we have got 2 proxy tour guides, a Sangan and a Night Assailant. It's the tour guide engine. It's instant rank 3s. I don't have to explain it. Night Assailant, I chose that because I like him better than Dark Mimic. He pops stuff, and he's a debris target. That's good. We got Triple Thunder King Ryo. He's pretty much the all-star of this format right now, and for very good reason, you know. T-King is T-King is T-King. Double Snowman Eater. I love this card in general, and I really love this card in the deck. He's a 1900 wall, he pops stuff, and he's the perfect debris target because it lets you bring out Gungnir and just start blowing up stuff like left and right. I can't say enough about this deck. And then we got a Tsukiyomi because we're loaded with flip effects, and she's a great tech card right now. I like her, and I've been really trying to find a deck to really put her in where she shines, and this is totally it. Just fantastic. And then to finish out our monster count, we have Gores. It's a great card. It's Gores. Alrighty, let's get all those monsters out of the way. Alright, next up we got our spells. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm. Double Potter Duality. Even though this deck is supposed to be special summon all the time, yada yada yada, the deck's obviously slower than it once was, but it's more controlled, and it's almost more of like, it's almost more like an anti-meta deck, which I know might sound strange, but it completely is. It slows down the game state until it can do what it needs to do, and it shuts down opponent's stuff, and it's wonderful. So we can run Double Pot of Duality without fear of losing our special summons, because we'll just hold off on a turn with one of our like many defensive monsters. Pot of Avarice, we need it. For quick plays, Book of Moon, Double MST, and Scapegoat. It's like the ultimate stall card, as well as just a ton of Ixie fodder It lets you go into the level 8 synchros using Debris Dragon, because then you've got that 1-star token that you need. Same thing with Dandelion. And for traps, we have a single Solemn Warning, a single Torrential Tribute, a single Bottomless Trap Hold, double Call of the Haunted, double Deep Prison, a single Mirror Force, Needle Sealing, and something I've been checking out lately, Malevolent Catastrophe. I want to take a second to talk about the last two, actually. I'm really a fan of Needle Sealing right now, and I know a lot of people are, because of it just wrecks wind-up matchup. But I really love it here, because people don't always note that it destroys all face-up monsters on the field. And this deck that we're running here, it's loaded with flip effect monsters, so you're going to be setting often. So you could find yourself in a position where the game state's going a little slow, and you have 2 set cards on the field, and your opponent drops a couple of monsters, and you can Needle Sealing and just wipe away their entire field while still retaining your set monsters. It's wonderful. And then Malevolent Catastrophe is like Heavy Storm number 2. For those of you who don't know, when your opponent monster declares an attack, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. It's a great first turn or second turn set, coupled with like a Sangan or a Snowman Eater or just one of your flip effects, because they'll go off, as well as a lot of people will just set cards right away and then go into a swinging, and this just kind of helps clear them out like right away. So I'm taking them out at the moment, and we'll see how they go. I think they're going to work well, but we'll see. Alright, on to the extra deck. We've got a single Zen Mains proxied out. My real Zen Mains are other places. An Acid Golem, it's other places. Leviair. I have such variety with my proxies. It's fun. And that wraps up the rank 3s. We got a Gemnite Pearl, a Maestroke, and Utopia for our rank 4s. A Formula Synchron, an Armory Arm, TJ Hyperlibrarian, it's Librarian, Cataster, Gungnir, it's probably my favorite in the entire deck. If I could run 2 of it, I totally would. Black Rose, and then Ancient Fairy to wrap up our debris targets. Then we got a Stardust and a Scrap Dragon for our level 8s. Keep wanting to say rank 8s. I'm so used to talking about Ixies, I haven't talked about Synchros in such a long time. But that's the deck where it's at right now. Side deck is still, it's kind of here nor there. Just because I'm still trying to work out the main deck. Let me know what you think. It's interesting. This extra deck is one of those situations where I wish I had like 20 cards to run, because there were so many options. I wish I had more rank 4s, and I wish I had more rank 3s, but I need the synchros that I have, and it's kind of a hot mess of a deck. Let me know what you think. It's kind of my pet deck at the moment. It's because all the other time I spend is working on my stuff for TCG Player, and this doesn't really constitute a budget deck. Granted, it's much cheaper than it once was, but the extra deck costs to keep it from being under the radar of my column, so it's kind of my own personal love at the moment. Let me know what you think, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Give us some shoutouts. Hit us up if you have ideas of what you want us to build and everything. Alright, this is Buckley. Team No Fat Chicks out.